Headlines these days are scary. Troops in U.S. cities, an assassination of a popular conservative activist, subsequent calls for civil war, free speech threats, armed, masked agents conducting ICE raids, runaway food, health care, and housing costs. The daily din of bad news can feel like an assault even to the most steeled among us. KPBS's Amita Sharma joins us now with how it can also harm our health. Welcome, Amita.
Good to be with you, Maya.
I have talked to so many people about how the news cycle has affected their health and how exhausting it can be. What can you tell us about how that impacts us?
Well, there's no big news flash here, Maya. People feel beaten down. Physically, chronic stress, especially over matters we cannot control, a bad boss, traffic, the news, spikes the hormone cortisol in our system. Stanford University neuroscientist Robert Sapolsky, who wrote the book Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers, says that natural response to danger helps us react to threats. Imagine a zebra being chased by a starving lion in the wild. The difference is the zebra's stress is short-lived. It escapes or gets eaten. But Sapolsky says humans are perpetually living in anxiety, which knocks us out of balance, triggering stress-related illnesses, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart disease. He says our stress also reduces our empathy, tolerance, and our willingness to see another person's perspective. I spoke with UC Irvine nursing and psychology professor Allison Holman. She says repeated exposure to news about national tragedies like the Boston Marathon bombing or the Orlando nightclub shooting can actually cause collective trauma.
Symptoms of early post-traumatic stress symptoms. So this is things like intrusive thoughts, avoidance, having hypervigilance, feeling like really on edge and hypervigilant.
The reality of everyday political life in America today is that we are divided, and this polarization is also having an effect. Holman says people have more mental health issues after political turbulence, such as the January 6th insurrection. Polarized elections have also been shown to increase cortisol levels. Holman says worry over the 2020 election was linked to a 12% greater chance of new ailments, and it was higher for Republicans than for Democrats, meaning there were worse health consequences for the party that lost. There are also findings on how racism and political marginalization affect people. After the 2016 election, preterm births among Latina women jumped. Local independent voter Hallie DeGroot says she gets so upset by the continuous bad news barrage, she sometimes cries.
It just hurts thinking about what, individual people are going through because of all of these things and the way they're being covered.
DeGroot says she is still not tempted to turn away from the news. She vents to family and friends instead. The 30-year-old is shocked that America is at this point and troubled by what comes next amid what she sees as complacency.
We have gotten so kind of just like docile and complicit with the idea that politicians are politicians and they just run things, so they'll also solve this for us.
But local independent voter Josh Bell believes the news is still not bad enough to jar Americans out of the inertia.
Where there's not a healthy level of stress to really bring out a change, which is the problem.
The flood of heavy headlines have left Bell anxious, fearful, in disbelief, and numb. He's now reassessing whether to remain in the U.S.
The uncertainty, the lack of unity, that it seems to be that the United States is almost crumbling in some sense.
Amita, we were talking about zebras earlier, and while we cannot live like zebras, is there anything that we actually can do about this?
Well, I'll take it right back to Stanford neuroscientist Sapolsky. He urges people to prioritize their well-being through practicing gratitude, meditation, and exercising. Holman adds that people should monitor how they're feeling when they consume the news. If they feel overwhelmed, They should take breaks, and they should take deep breaths.
That's very good advice. We really appreciate your reporting on this. Thank you, Amita.
Thank you, Maya.
And this story is part of our Public Matters initiative. You can learn more about it on our website at kpbs.org/publicmatters.